extra English practice. Hi, everybody. Today we want to talk about adverbs of frequency. These are words that we use, often with the simple present, to talk about how often or how much we do something.
Today we're going to look at some of these adverbs of frequency, starting with the word always. Always means you do it all of the time, 100% of the time, always. So for example, I always, every day, always wear glasses.
Yeah. Another one, usually. Usually means you do something about 80% of the time. So for example, I usually get up early. So I get up early on the weekdays, Monday to Friday, but on the weekends, I don't. So most of the time, usually, I get up early.
So another one that's similar to usually is often. Often has a letter T, which sometimes we pronounce and sometimes we don't. Some people say it, some people don't. So if you hear often and often, it's the same word.
Yeah.
Often means a little bit less than usually, so maybe around 70-75% of the time. So most of the time. For example, I could say I often ride my bike to work. Not always, because if it's raining or I woke up really tired or maybe it's really hot, then I don't. But most of the time, I often ride my bike to work.
Yeah. Next is sometimes. Sometimes is about 50% of the time. So I sometimes in the evening watch TV and I sometimes read a book. Whatever I feel like.
Yeah.
Sometimes this, sometimes that. I don't have a preference one way or the other.
Great. Next is rarely. So rarely means something that we don't do very often. Maybe about 20% of the time or less, anywhere before 0. I could say I rarely eat breakfast. I don't really like breakfast. I don't know why.
Breakfast is so good for
I
you.
know, that's what everyone tells me. But most days I don't eat breakfast, so I rarely eat breakfast.
Good example, but also bad example.
Don't follow my dietary habit examples.
And the last one is never. This is something you do 0% of the time. I never drink coffee. I don't like it. I don't like the taste. I don't like the caffeine. So I never drink coffee.
Never. Great.
So just a few more examples. First of all, I never ride a bicycle.
You never ride a bicycle?
No. I forget how to ride a bicycle.
I'll teach you one day.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I sometimes take the bus, but I usually drive a car when I'm going somewhere.
Okay.
How about you?
I usually ride my bike if I'm going to a friend's house or work or the store, most of the time. Not in the Canadian winter, but I sometimes take the bus, like you. If it's too rainy or I'm tired or it's late at night, I'll take the bus. And I never drive a car. No. I have a license, but I really hate it, so I haven't done it in years. Never.
You don't have a car? I don't have a bike?
Yeah. Opposites.
Okay, let's do a little listening activity. You'll see some words on the screen, a little story, and there are words missing. Those blank spaces, there are 10 of them, are for adverbs of frequency. So just get a piece of paper and write numbers 1 to 10, and as you listen, fill in the words you hear. Always, sometimes, never, rarely. Okay?
Great.
Here we go. In the morning, I usually wake up naturally. Sometimes my husband or children will wake me. I rarely set an alarm. When I wake up, I always check the time. Sometimes I have extra time, so I sleep again for another half an hour. But sometimes I get up right away. When I get up, I always go to the bathroom first. Then I greet my family. I always eat breakfast in the morning. Usually I eat eggs, but sometimes I eat oatmeal or fruit. Now listen again and check your answers. In the morning, I usually wake up naturally. Sometimes my husband or children will wake me. I rarely set an alarm. When I wake up, I always check the time. Sometimes I have extra time, so I sleep again for another half an hour. But sometimes I get up right away. When I get up, I always go to the bathroom first. Then I greet my family. I always eat breakfast in the morning. Usually I eat eggs, but sometimes I eat oatmeal or fruit.
One more practice, a game. We play this game a lot, so you might have seen it before, but it's called Two Truths and a Lie. So what's going to happen is I will say 3 sentences. 2 of them are true for me. 1 is a lie, I'm not telling the truth. And Larissa's job is to guess which one is the lie. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I always make my bed.
Okay.
So in the morning, I put my bed in the right way again. I never do the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely mop the floor, clean the floor.
Okay, definitely you do. It's not true that you never wash the dishes because she lives alone. And
I
you
never
would
wash them.
You would run out of dishes.
I just buy paper ones, throw them out.
So that is the lie.
You
I
got
never
it.
wash the dishes.
That's the
But
lie.
wow, you always make your bed?
I always make my bed.
Good for you.
I really like to come home after work and see that my bedroom is clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rarely make my bed.
That's okay.
Okay, my turn. 3 things. I usually eat something before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I never skip breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I sometimes cook Japanese food.
Okay. I think I never skip breakfast is true because she's told me how much she loves breakfast.
It's true.
And I think you sometimes make Japanese food. So I think that eating before bed, you usually eat before bed, is a lie.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong.
I don't know how to cook Japanese food.
No?
No. So I never
Too
cook Japanese
bad.
food. I like to eat Japanese food,
Me too.
but I don't cook Japanese food.
Maybe one day.
Someday, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to learn to cook Japanese food, Indian food,
Yeah.
Korean food,
Yeah.
Mexican food.
We need some teachers. Okay, I have another one for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I often eat sweet foods. I never eat spicy food. And I rarely drink coffee.
I know you don't like coffee much, so I think the 3rd one is true. Never eat spicy foods? I would guess you sometimes or rarely eat spicy foods, but I don't think number 2 is true. I think it's the lie.
You're right. That's the lie. Mm-hmm. I don't mind spicy food. Really spicy food I don't like, but a little bit every now and then. You got it. She's smart.
I'm having a good day.
Okay.
All right, one more.
Great.
I usually go to bed before 11 p.m.
Okay.
I often call my sisters who live overseas or abroad in another country. And I rarely eat in a restaurant.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
I know she has sisters who live overseas. What was that one you often
I
call
often
them?
call them.
I don't think you often. I think maybe you sometimes call them, but I think that one's the lie.
You're right.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to often call them, but it's hard with schedules and time zones.
Time zones,
It's hard to call people who live in another country sometimes.
For sure.
And everybody's busy.
Yeah.
But when I call them, we usually talk for a long time.
That's good. Make up for it.
That's right.
Nice. Okay, so you can try this game too. Throw some of your truths and lies in the comments and we'll make some guesses. We're pretty good at it. Sometimes.
Sometimes. We're sometimes good at this game.
sometimes good at this game. Give it a try.
All right. Extra English practice. We love us some examples. That was not good grammar.
What even is that grammar? Okay, try again.